No. 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 I just don't know what to say. That we're gonna be talking about the new Powerpuff Girls reboot. What was it called? Dancy Pants? Yeah, Dancy Pants. Dancy Pants. Long-awaited reboot of the Powerpuff Girls by Craig McCracken himself, who is rather busy right now, I think, with Wander Over Yonder on Disney Channel. And so, you know, the Powerpuff Girls, very good show when it was on. I'm not afraid to admit that I used to watch it, because yeah, I did used to watch it. I don't care what you think of me. And so, you know, I heard there'd be a reboot. And not only that, it would have Paul McCartney of the Beatles in it. The Beatles is one of my favorite bands. I love the Beatles. Paul McCartney, not my favorite member, but still, I love the Beatles. And if they can get the Powerpuff Girls and the Beatles together, I don't even know. That would be awesome. I mean, I know they had that episode where all the bad guys team up. There's a whole bunch of Beatles references, but this actually has one of the Beatles in it. And so, you know, it has the Beatles in it. There's a new animation style. It's cel shading, just like The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, which is one of my favorite video games. Mostly, well, not because of the art style, but like half of the reason I like it is because of how beautiful the art style is. And I just couldn't wait. It looked so great. Didn't look like they'd change anything. You know, Craig McCracken, he's really good at making TV shows. There hasn't been like one TV show by him that I don't, dislike. I don't know. Wander Over Yonder isn't bad, but definitely isn't good. But that's beside the point. So, yeah. Waited. Adventure Time was over. Got ready to see the Powerpuff Girls. First scene. The Powerpuff Girls. It's the opening, but it's redone in cel shading, which looks very nice. The reveal of the Powerpuff Girls when Professor Utonium looks over at the pot and the girls are standing there. And I knew that something was wrong here. Dead giveaway. So, you know, they looked strange. They looked poorly animated. But it's just the opening, you know. Could go bad from there. First scene comes on. I just don't know what to say. It was by about halfway through the episode that I thought, oh god, maybe I should make a video about this. But the point of the episode, let me just give you the plot, okay? The plot of the episode, the Powerpuff Girls find a Dance Dance Revolution spoof. It's called like Dance Pants Revolution, which is pretty funny. I actually thought they said Dance Dance Revolution at the beginning, which was kind of surprising. But they didn't. It was just a spoof. So yeah, they get it. Bubbles is obsessed with the game, so Mojo Jojo takes this to his advantage and uses robot pants to turn the girls evil. And then the girls turn evil. And so Professor Utonium has to have a dance-off against the girls to free them. And he loses, so the girls start crying. So Professor Utonium starts crying, and the girls remember how much they love him. And then Mojo Jojo does something, and then they start running. But then they realize that they defeat Mojo Jojo, and they realize all he wanted was to start a softball team, which was actually kind of strange. And then he'd take over Townsville using his softball team. Does any of that sound right? What do I say? What do I say? Where do I begin? Where do I begin? Well, the animation, it's beautiful. The animation is beautiful. It looks, you know, if you were to say it's from Wind Waker, I would be like, okay, it has the Powerpuff Girls, but whatever, I'd believe it. But whenever the characters talk, they got Sailor Moon dubbing on their mouths, and I highly doubt that this is like originally Japanese and then came to America. But the dubbing on their mouths, like the way their mouths move, if I talk like this, does it look like I'm saying what I'm saying? Does it? No, it doesn't. They'll be like, "Hi, my name's Bubbles. Nice to meet you." It doesn't look like they're actually talking. It just looks like I just. Second animation. The characters, while the animation is nice, when they move like this. They don't really move like humans. They move like humans at some parts, but besides that, their movements are very animated. And not animated like, I don't know, Tom and Jerry, where their bodies are like flexy and, they take out a frying pan, boom, and like, boing, on their head. No, it's just like robot body movements, and they don't look natural at all. It's like, look, Professor, over there! And I know that Craig McCracken likes to poke fun at, anime. He's done that in other episodes. But I don't think that he meant to make the animation look like this on purpose. I think this was meant to be one thing, and then a Cartoon Network comes in, and they say, well, and then they just cut. Put in this for the new viewers, because, those who don't know what the Powerpuff Girls is. Well, if you don't know what the Powerpuff Girls is, you probably shouldn't be watching this anyway. I mean, it doesn't explain anything about them. Doesn't say anything about them. Doesn't say anything about them. It says their origin, but that's just the opening, of course. There's also a strange side plot about how Professor Utonium was a dancer with this lady, and then he got booted off of the dancing team, apparently. I don't know. But a good example of just what the heck is that. There's a scene in Mojo Jojo, he's like, I will destroy Townsville, and like his mouth opens up real wide, and he's like, oh, ha, 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 and like it moves back and forth, and that doesn't look natural at all. I mean, I'd understand if it was like, ha, 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 and like his mouth moves when he goes like, ha, 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 but it's like, ha, 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 and like his jaw moves back and forth, so he doesn't even close his mouth. It looks like he's just screaming. He's like, ah, not ah, ha, ha. Which, making some weird movements with my mouth. Which, it's not right. And then in the next scene, that girl that Professor Utonium was dancing with is for some reason, like, in a headlock under his arms with completely no explanation. And she wasn't in, like, the last scene or anything, so her being there is pointless. And then she just disappears in the next scene. And I didn't get that at all. It didn't make sense to me. But enough about the bad. I think I've bashed this enough. The good, there's some really funny moments. They got all the, I think they got all the original voice casting. They make some pretty funny references. Well, two funny references to a Beatles song. Like, Let It Be, Octopus's Garden. The Octopus's Garden one is actually pretty subtle, but it's really cleverly done, because Paul McCartney's character is a mathematician. But besides that, I wouldn't say that this ruins the Powerpuff Girls, but it wants to be one thing, but the network wants it to be another thing. And I don't hate Cartoon Network. I like Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network's good. But when they want something one way, they get it their way. Which, it definitely shows in this special. So, besides that, nothing to say. Mediocre animation, a nice art style, too much dialogue going very, very fast. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. the announcer, he usually talks like, the city of Townsville, welcome to Townsville. But in this, he's like, the city of Townsville, welcome to the city of Townsville. It's Townsville, you love Townsville, blah, 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 blah. And you can't hear what he's saying. There's another scene where Professor Utonium is explaining, like, Mojo Jojo's evil plan, or what he thinks it is, and instead of being like, well, Mojo Jojo wanted A, then B, and then C, he's like, well, Mojo Jojo wanted A, and then blah, 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 and then B, and then blah, 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 and then C, blah, 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 blah. Don't like this at all. I'm done for tonight. I'm done. See you next week, Steven Universe Vlog. Subscribe, leave a like. Just remember, this is all strictly my opinion. I am 100% sure that my opinion, my personal opinion, is not the same as your personal opinion. So if you don't like what I said, kindly leave a swear-free comment in the comments section below, telling me what I did and didn't do right. Thank you very much from the Gruppeteer himself, and I just don't know what to say about this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night. Why does this exist?